Evening, everyone. It's Tuesday evening, about 5:25, and this is your closing comment. It is video number 869. And again, I remind you, it doesn't cost you anything to hit that subscribe button, and we really appreciate it. We spend a lot of time doing this. Okay, so we had a lot of earnings today. I will come back to those in a second because we also had a fair number of economic numbers. As I mentioned this morning, durable goods was up 0.8 versus an up 0.2, up 2.0 expectation, so well under expectations. Consumer confidence was 129.1 versus an upwardly revised last month 128.9, so slightly higher. Case-Shiller Home Index pricing was up 17% versus an expectation of up 15.2. And the FHFA number was 1.7 versus 1.8. The difference between those two numbers is that Case-Shiller is year over year, and the much smaller FHFA number is a month over month. The markets in general were very weak, but by the end of the day, most had pretty impressive gains off the low. The Dow closed down about 85, which is 0.25%. It was down at least 3 times that. The NASDAQ was down almost double what it closed. The close was minus 181.21%. The S&P was down 20.84, just under 0.5%. It too was down about 45. And the ones that were the weakest all day were the Russell down 25.09, 1.13, and the biggest loser in both points and percentage move was the Dow Jones Transports down 326.14 or 2.21%. Advanced declines were pretty much the same on both the NYSE and the NASDAQ at about 1.8 to 1 to the downside. Volume was right in line with yesterday and the day before, so nothing overwhelming. As far as the sectors go, the Dow had 17 down and 13 up. The biggest loser was CRM, Salesforce. That paired about $27 off the Dow, 27 Dow points, not 27 points for the stock. And the biggest winner was McDonald's, and that was up about 24 Dow points. Other sectors, of all 12 sectors that I follow, only defense was higher, and biopharma was mixed. All the rest, including the meme stocks, were on the downside. As far as the earnings this morning, we had the big 3 that I have listed here are RTX, which is Raytheon Technologies. It beat top and bottom, as did UPS and 3M. Raytheon was up $1.45 this morning pre-market. At the end of the day, it was 88.20, up 2.25 or 2.6%. UPS was down $5 this morning at 204 and change. It actually finished well below 200 at 195.19, down 14.67. 3M was up $1.67. It finished down $1.20. And GE, which also beat, was up about 55, finished up 16 cents. So the market definitely weighed on these stocks, although the GE and Raytheon were both higher on the day. This afternoon, after the close, we had AMD, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Starbucks, and Visa all of those beat both top and bottom line. However, because most of these stocks were substantially higher over the last 3 or 4 weeks, they've gone the other way. AMD had closed at 91.03, down 79. It actually finished 92.05. That was up 24 cents. Apple closed at 146.77. That was down 222. After the earnings, it got as low as 145. The last was, excuse me, 145.31, down 365 or 2.5%. Google had closed at 27.35, down 57. It got down to 26.85 and then came all the way back up. The last trade there is 27.60, down only 34. So that is better than the New York close. And part of that was on the back of YouTube having an increase of 84%. Microsoft, as I said, also beat. It was down $2.51 at 286 and change. It got down to 276.65. Last is 278.13, down 10.92, 3.8%. Starbucks closed 126.03, down 3. It traded down to 121.17. The last is 121.80, down 426, 3.4%. And Visa, which had traded, closed 250.93, up 68 cents, traded immediately down to 243.5. Last is 247, and that's down 335. Or 1.3%. So all of these stocks have had big runs, and therefore they all sold off. As far as commodities go, it was a very quiet day. Oil down 26 cents, gold up 60 cents. Bitcoin gave back 1,600 of yesterday's gain, so really not very much. After a 7,000 gain to give up 1,600, 1,590 actually, not terrible. The dollar was down 21 cents, and the bonds were up about 28.30, so 7/8 of a point. Tomorrow we have FOMC announcement and press conference. We have mortgage applications, we have international trade, and we also have retail and wholesale inventory. So I'll be back first thing in the morning with those. Again, please remember to hit that subscribe button. It's the only thing you can do to support us, except, of course, become a subscriber to the letter. And I'll be back first thing in the morning tomorrow. Have a good one.